rain used to start about September. That's why in Setswana, they call September Lwetsi. Lwetsi meaning sick. Probably they were talking of pregnancy.
The world needs to know about the situation in the Okavango, the Ramsar site.
Drought as an hazard, it has really impacted livelihood of people because it is dry now, there's no water, even the river is dry. But most of these communities that are along the basin, they are exposed to, poverty and those kind of things. So they rely much more on natural resources. As we know, water is one of those. So because now there's no water, the animals, wildlife, they're drawing from the bush, coming to the community now, they are also looking for water.
So climate change is one of the biggest hazards. So to improve it is we have to be trained, we have to know on how not to destroy our environment. So by then it also enhances a better livelihood.
I think really the hazards are so many because we are even now challenged by climate change. Knowing that really these are rural communities that depend on natural resources. Natural resources now change their patterns of existence, and really those are hazards. Some of the hazards to communities because they cannot really rely on them.
The main livelihood challenges revolve around the combination of all the items that make up the Sustainability Development Goals. We're looking at education challenges, income challenges, access to market for goods that are produced.
This workshop is a very necessary workshop. It may seem like we are repeating what has otherwise been said in the past, but it was important for us to check whether we are still relevant and to confirm whether the issues that were experienced in the basin maybe 25 years ago when the commission was first set up, whether they are still relevant today.
Actually, I like the way the workshop is being done because they've done a desktop study, and now they want to get the people that are on the ground to see what is actually happening before they can actually start, which is a very good approach because it avoids making uninformed decisions.
So we've learned a lot through these stakeholder engagements, which I've been very pleased about because it demonstrates the real value in coming out here to areas in the basin as opposed to just capital cities within each of the countries. For me, the biggest takeaway has been around the social dynamics and social issues that don't come through in data and analyses at all. Things like gender-based violence and girls dropping out of school early because they want to marry or they fall pregnant, and the social and waterborne diseases that often aren't captured accurately through data.
We're talking about sustainable development. There's a natural link between the human component, the environment, and even the economy. You can't divorce one from the other. If you maintain the integrity of the environment, of the ecosystem, you are providing an opportunity for a community to have enhanced prospects for a healthy livelihood.
If all community can understand how to utilize their resources in a sustainable manner. So which means what we are expecting from the basin, so the basin expect also from our good treat to eat. So we want to anchor that every user of the basin have to be a manager of the basin.
I think it's only fair that we try to bring as many people and as many brains and as many experiences as possible in the same room to say, is there a better way of dealing with these problems than how we've been dealing with them for the past 20, 30 years. So I think having this type of groups, at first it helps reconfirming that these are still sort of the most pressing issues, and then hopefully with the diversity of minds and ideas in the room also helps come up with sort of the best solutions forward.
One of the philosophy behind OKACOM's work, which should always be remembered, is that we as the Secretary of the Basin and the OKACOM itself, we feel very strongly that the participation of all stakeholders in the things that you do is very important and critical, because they assure us of the sustainability of whatever work we want to do when the people that are going to benefit from that have been involved in the design, in the actual execution and operations of those systems.
We're also trying to take advantage of the support that is coming from international cooperation partners to undertake livelihoods enhancement activities. So this is not only for purposes of doing small interventions, but it's a bigger picture that we need to address as part of the mandate of the Commission.
We have a tendency or habit as humans of solving problems as they come. We hardly prepare for the events, eventualities, even though now a lot of research is already pointing to what can happen and things are happening. So I feel like most of our solutions lies from a complexity perspective, by addressing issues, by looking at different elements or systems that are interacting with maybe what causes water shortage, what causes droughts that you can actually prevent, because some of the things can be prevented by the actions we are taking.
It's important to base the decisions on facts. And to get facts, you have to do studies. You have to do assessment. We have to ground truth. We have to validate, and to be able to get out with information that is accurate, that can be used to make decisions to say, yes, indeed, we need to do this particular intervention at this particular stage of the basin because 1, 2, 3. So it's a process. So people may in the process feel like it's taking long. When are we going to see results? Whatever. But it takes some time because it's a process. And to continue that way, even after starting to implement tangible projects on the ground, it continues in that respect. So it requires patience.
We should educate the people who are living along these systems to understand the dynamics of the systems so that they can appreciate on how the system functioned. Because without understanding how the system functions, it's difficult for these people to plan.
Então, a nossa função, os nossos desafios é educar ou informar essas comunidades, principalmente na linguagem local, porque um dos maiores problemas também é a informação disponibilizada em português, não em Ganguela e não em outras línguas que são faladas aqui a nível local. Então, esse é o nosso grande desafio, de expor informações com cartazes, meter isso no site, de informações que venham capacitar e também ir atrás de instituições governamentais e não governamentais com essas mesmas informações, para em conjunto gizamos algumas políticas que venham então assegurar, né, o modo de vida desses indivíduos, para que não façam apenas da caça furtiva, né, dessas práticas de exploração de inertes e queimadas, do seu modo de subsistência, né, mas que adotam então outros modos de subsistência.
Women have a critical role in the society. They are placed at a very critical position in terms of food production in the context of Africa. And for these two regions, there is no exemption. Women are at the forefront of making sure that their family have food.
Vou enfatizar aqui a questão de vermos alguns jovens nestas localidades que já tenham alguma capacidade, algum nível de escolaridade, para então usarmos o capital humano da localidade. Porque se os professores, enfermeiros, né, e outros atores saírem das cidades para ali, não vai ser sustentável, não vai ser a longo prazo, vão desistir por causa daquelas vulnerabilidades que já indiquei anteriormente. Devemos reforçar as ações, devemos reforçar também as relações, tanto as organizações financiadoras, os parceiros, o governo, tanto angolano, zimbabueano como namibiano, devemos trabalhar todos em conjunto para melhorarmos as populações, a vida das populações nestas localidades.
Now I'm very happy because our community, Mayana, is one of the community which I had in the workshop that is targeted by CRUDIF. So to improve the water infrastructure and to improve the livelihood of the people in the community, which will be a flag up to the whole world to see. And this was our effort that we have done since 2014 when we started working with the OKACOM, involving our community on OKACOM through OKBMC, through some other programs that we have done. So we believe this will be a very good, successful achievement goal to the community, and even to show some other community that if every member of the community, every community can do the same, we can change or preserve the future of the livelihood of the people in our society.